Comedy, we're in it. There's no denying it.
There's no denying we've got the bands.
There's no denying it. Gaming is huge. It can be wholesome.
Wholesome.
It can be stressful. It can be fun. And it can also be illegal.
What?
Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan Black Market Shenton.
And I'm Harrison, wrong side of the tracks, wild.
We're Grief Burrito, a video game, movie, and entertainment podcast, and today we're talking about banned video games. You ready to go underground, Harrison?
I have my hard hat ready.
Oh, my lord. Never mind. Hit the intro.
Let's go. My ears. Everything pinged off. 1 second. Okay, right. I'm back.
Do you know what it takes for a game to be banned, Has?
I actually don't. I guess it's depending on which country you're in, I suppose there's lots of different technicalities, right?
Yes, I didn't really think about it because I was like, a game's going to be banned in the UK. It tends to be like violence or sexual stuff.
Nip slip.
Yeah, it's very difficult to do a nip slip in a game because
they're a bit more intentional.
It's programmed, yeah.
Yeah, nip render, I suppose it is.
But from my research, games tend to get banned in different countries for like a lot of the same reasons. We're talking like we said, violence, gore, gambling, political views, sexual content. But can you guess why each of these games? I've got a little game for you. Was banned.
Okay, you go for it. You slap me with some.
Okay, so Injustice: Gods Among Us in the United, is it UAE? It's United Arab Emirates.
Right? That's
and
right.
Kuwait.
Yeah.
So. Injustice Gods Among Us. A, it involves fighting in space. B, damage to monuments or buildings that are culturally significant. C, it has gods in the title. D, it's too sexual.
I mean, it's pretty sexy though. It's got some skin-tight spandex suits, haven't it, like Superman? I'm going to say that is it just because it's got the word gods in the title?
It is. Well done. So,
thank you very much.
For what I've got here, it says the Islamic creed Shahada, if that's how you say it, says that there is only one God and that God is Muhammad. The UAE realized eventually, however, this is clearly figurative as the ban was lifted eventually. But can you picture like going like, I don't know, someone goes into a game shop and they're just like, Gods Among Us? I fucking don't think so.
Get out. Yeah. No way.
Get me the president on the line.
I wonder if there's anything else, any other country where something is banned just because of the letter S.
Maybe. It's like Injustice God Among Us. It's just Allah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Literally just Allah fighting himself.
But you wouldn't be able to show it because you're not allowed to show Allah, are you?
No, that's a good. It's just like a censorship bar.
Yeah, or it would be that or it'd just be like an empty screen and you wouldn't know where you are.
Just noise.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just punching sounds. No, wait, okay, so hit us with another one then. What else have you got?
Okay, so Pokemon Go in Malaysia is banned.
Okay.
So is it because Machoke is too sexy? Is it because it involves capturing animals? Is it because it was unsafe for pedestrians? Or is it because it involved promoting the search for power?
Whoa, that went from really, really fun to dark and weird right at the end. I think it's because Machoke is too sexy with that fucking dank power pose he's got.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, that if you tried to like sleep in a bed and you had like a Pikachu with you, it'd be kind of cute, and it's like, oh, it's like sleeping with like a cat.
Where is this going?
But if like you wanted a hug from like a Machoke resting its nice strong arms, that's weird.
It's a bit different, yeah. It's because he's got little hot pants. That's why. If he was like, I think it makes
I don't think they have genitals. I think they're just there for style.
Well, I know, but that's the thing. That's what makes it weirder. Like if you look at like Donald Duck, for example, and Daffy Duck. Daffy Duck doesn't wear clothes.
Daffy Duck doesn't.
But it does. That was hard to say. It was hard to even think about. But Donald Duck wears a shirt, which then gives into the credence. So why is he naked from the waist down? Yeah. Whereas Daffy Duck, you don't even think about it. So when Machoke has his little pants on, it then makes it weird.
Yeah. To be fair, you breed Pokemon, don't you, in one of the games? You take them to the daycare center.
Yeah.
Daycare center for me is like a nursery.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do you take them to a daycare center? And it's like,
breed them.
we've had a bit of a fuck up, I'll be honest. One of your Pokemon got pregnant.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
what
like,
is it?
It's a nursery. What?
There's babies here.
Oh, yeah. It's actually because it involved promoting the search for power.
Wow.
I am assuming that is like people shouldn't be trying to like be powerful. They should be trying to just live their lives. But
Okay.
I didn't really think much about it. I was like, that just sounds like a weird premise. I kind of don't want to know what it means because it just makes it more interesting. It's going to be something dumb.
You like it to be vague, like it's got some background lore that you'll never find out.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, should we move on to the next game?
Go for it.
So we've got Mass Effect, which was banned in Singapore.
Okay. I think did I have this on my list? No, I didn't, but I think I did read about this. Was this because of bumping uglies by any chance?
It was, the reason was, so yeah, basically my options were political views, alien sex, shepherd's thickness, or translation issues. The government in Singapore were like, hell no, we don't want sexy single-sex aliens going to Bone Town with human ladies. Not on our watch.
And they just straight up knowed it.
That's verbatim.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone said
That was the headlines across the Malaysia Singaporean newspaper.
A really big, like, all caps, like, on the fucking center of this fucking newspaper. There was that.
Okay.
And then the last one I've got might be a little more difficult for you to guess.
Okay, go on then.
I'm hoping it's a lot more difficult to guess. Otherwise, I'm shit at making these games.
Yeah. Well, we know you're quite good with your quizzes, so yeah.
We will see. We will see.
We will see.
EA Sports MMA.
Okay.
Right. The country that banned this is Denmark, funnily enough.
Yes, yes.
So, is it because it promotes energy drinks, it promotes gambling, it's too sexy, or it's too violent?
It's too damn sexy. Again with the hot pants. No, unfortunately, I know this one. I actually know this one. It is because they have energy drinks in the game.
Yeah, I didn't know this about Denmark, but they banned energy drinks.
Yeah. That's why they've got such a chilled lifestyle over in the Scandinavia.
I drank a Monster today. I was like, for those of you who don't know, probably won't. I went to a gig last night, so my hearing's all fucked.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I feel so tired and achy. I was like, I need an energy drink. I need like liquid energy.
Jordan's ears are ringing that loud that I'm going to have to cut it out of his microphone feedback.
Yeah.
Just a contact.
That's how loud it feels to me at the minute.
Yeah, I bet it does.
But
yeah.
I got a new shirt. If you
got a new shirt? YouTube.
I caught a guitar pick. It was all good.
Mate. I can tell you the guitar pick story. I just remembered.
Let me read this out very quickly.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Denmark thing. Otherwise, I'll forget. So Denmark has actually banned energy drinks, and as part of the ban, it saw that the game's promotion of the caffeine-filled drink was there. So they were like, "Fuck this!" It was a red flag. They were like, "Nope, not doing it."
Just straight up knowed it.
Well, countries usually release like cut down variations of things, like removing loads of blood or gore or doing whatever. Like in China, you're not allowed to show skeletons,
No way.
which is weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually they just change it. But Denmark were just like, no, if you're gonna have energy drinks, you're not having it.
Just not having it.
So I think they did eventually have to make a change. But Denmark, instead of just being like, if you do this, we'll let you. They're just like, fuck off.
Yeah, just no. So EA just scrapped it. I actually did a bit of reading about that one because I genuinely thought it was going to be too much violence, too much man nips, too sexy, like you said.
Free
but
the
no,
nipple.
it was so much skull cracking. No, it was just, it seems almost petty, and that EA probably would have spent more money localizing it for that than they would have made in just Denmark. So that's probably why EA were just like, you know what? No, we're just not going to change it. Just don't release it there. It's only one small country, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Denmark's a pretty small place, but pretty cool place.
Pretty cool place.
I hope to move there one day.
Yes, it's a lovely, lovely town.
Go on, tell me a little story.
The guitar pick story. So
yes,
this was many years ago when I went to see. It was a pretty good gig. It was Rob Zombie supported by Korn, I believe.
Oh, cool.
So it was quite a heavy gig. We like our heavy music, and I think it was either Head or Fieldy, the bassist. Basically, they're throwing the picks out. They went into the crowd, and as they threw it, I had my phone up taking a picture, and the flash went off, and I saw the plectrum in the flash. So I knew that it had fallen somewhere.
Yeah.
And then I felt someone trying to get under my shoe. I felt like fingers trying to get under the sole of my shoe. And I was like, what the fuck? So I leant over to my mate and I was like, dude, I think it's under my foot. So I was like, I'm gonna move it, and then you get it. And it was under there, and he got it. And then come the end of the gig, everyone was obviously very sweaty, and in front of us was a larger man. He was a big man. And shirtless, very, very sweaty back. And down at the bottom of his back, just tucked ever so lightly into his boxer shorts, was another plectrum.
No.
Just peeking out. And my mate was like, and he plucked it out and got it. And we both got plectrums from that same gig.
Oh my days.
Mine decidedly less sweaty than his.
Well, does that make it better or worse? You tell me.
Yeah, I know. It's got the stank of history on it from that tour.
Oh, this fine. Mine was like, they threw it into the crowd, and this guy was like looking for it, like, where is it? Like jumping around. And I just looked down. I was like, oh, I just picked it up. Like, dead easy. Fine, yeah. Like, yay, sweet.
Did you do that thing where you put it in your eye like a coin and wear it like a monocle for the rest of the show?
It had been on the floor in a Manchester gig venue. No.
It'd be sticky in it. You could have just stuck it to your face. It probably would have stayed there.
Yeah, I'd rather not get whatever illnesses are on that floor.
Yeah, probably lots.
I went in with my shoes nice and clean. And they're like grey shoes. They have like dropped a tone of grey.
Really?
They are not good. I'm wearing them now.
Anthracite grey now.
It is not a fun time.
Yeah, I bet. Why would you go in light grey shoes? That's the worst choice to go
light
to.
grey. There you go. I'll show you the.
Go on then. Give us a bit of behind the scenes. Audio listeners are loving this. Oh, look at that. They've got like a hempen side. Ooh.
Yeah, but they're kind of gross now. Camera, please.
Never mind. Camera, focus.
Hey, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
back
what are we
to
going
the
on
show.
to next?
Are you aware of any banned games? And did you play any? What
was that sentence?
I don't know.
I was like, is he pausing for suspense? Has he forgotten where he's up to?
No, I read it, and it took me a minute to like, wait, what?
What did I say? What am I talking about?
I can tell you're aware of banned games. Did you play any banned games? Let's go. I'm
going to go through my list. I have played, obviously, Pokemon Go I want to touch on. Because as you said, the search for power. Pokemon Go is actually banned in another country. It is banned in Iran, funnily enough, as well. Yes. There was an instance of, I'm going to read this from my notes because I've got like a nice little section here. There's an instance of Pokemon, the trading card game, being banned also on the Game Boy, which was banned in Saudi Arabia because the electric symbol, obviously for like Pikachu and Electabuzz, that kind of thing, it looked like the Star of David. And we can't support those Jewish Pikachus, Saudi Arabia said, apparently. So they just straight up banned the game. They were like, no, we're not having that. Again, on religious like counterparts, that kind of thing. So I thought...
You said electric?
Yeah, electric type.
The electric one's like the...
I know, the little Zag, yeah. But I think on that game...
Are you thinking of the special Pokemon?
Yeah, the special is what it showed.
Special's a star.
That's right. That's what I thought. But it said on the article and it showed that. But it showed that on Pikachu. So
fucking filthy casuals, these people. They don't know how to write articles.
I know. Maybe it was just because it was an old version of the game because it showed a screenshot of the game with that. So maybe it was just a certain move or energy that it required.
Oh, yes. It'll be the move it did. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like tackle or something.
So I presumed it would be the same kind of thing with Iran, that it was some kind of like religious thing that was going on. You know, if Pokemon want their religion, they should get to choose. If Pikachu wants to be Jewish, I think it should be his right to choose.
Wearing a little yarmulke.
Yeah, exactly. Right between his ears.
I'm going to Google yarmulke Pikachu.
Do it. You see what you get and then send it me and we'll slap it on screen for the viewers. So apparently people were saying that kids were wandering into traffic while playing this in Iran. What have you found? I can see him giggling.
I don't know if we can show these. But I'll send them to you and you can make that decision.
Okay. Oh my.
I just Googled Jewish Pikachu. Surprisingly, more things than you'd think.
Yeah, you can get a t-shirt that says Pikachu.
I didn't even think of Pikachu.
I know, I didn't either. That was like the lowest hanging fruit joke and we didn't go there.
I think this just shows how like culturally like accepting we are. We didn't even jump to that.
No.
I can picture like certain listeners of ours, not to name any names, being like, Pikachu!
Why aren't they saying it?
Say it!
Yes. So, as I was saying, apparently kids were wandering into traffic and it was a safety issue. This turned out apparently it was made up. It wasn't true, but a French guy did wander into a military base. Probably never heard from again. Do you think he was a spy, maybe? Like a French spy?
I don't know if we can do French accents on the show, but we will. It's just like, oui, gotta do so, oui. And they're just like, you're clearly a spy. It's like,
you are
no.
under arrest. He's saying some kind of weird password. Onyx, Pikachu, Vaporeon. Yeah. So I've played that one. I played that as a banned game. I do have another one in my list, which was Mega Man 5, actually, was banned. Don't know if you're aware of this. No? So this one was banned in Vietnam. And the reason why, Jordan, is because there is a character in the game called Napalm Man.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, indeed. Because the Napalm Man's level, you see, and the viewers, you can see this on screen right now.
I don't want to. I was going to make a comment. I don't want to.
Yeah, it's pretty much Vietnam. Like, you fight tigers and there's palm trees. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that is. Why would someone make that?
Don't know.
Why? Who went? This is a fucking great idea. That's like having a fucking, I don't know, like an Antarctic mission and you're clubbing fucking penguins.
I know.
It's not okay. You don't do that.
No, you don't. Like, and the worst thing is that, like, Japan okayed that. This is a Nintendo game. How it's so stupid.
I love how fucking family friendly Nintendo were always meant to be.
Yeah.
Like, we don't release anything that's overly anything. They released Bayonetta 2 and it was like, okay, fair play, it's a bit of something. But fucking, Napalm Man.
I know
where we could set this.
Yeah.
What do you reckon came first? Napalm Man or Vietnam? Or both at the same time? They were like, Vietnam, Napalm Man. Oh, God.
Yeah, or whether they thought that and then made the level to go with it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was just like for a funny one. Like,
just throw a wacky one in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing, it's weird, isn't it? Because, like, if you release that in America as well, America lost that fucking hard. So I don't think they'd see that as, like, a positive either.
No, America, but it was released there.
Full-on lost Vietnam, like, full-on. Sorry, Americans, if you don't believe that, but you did.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? Who were they aiming for, target-wise?
Maybe they were like, Vietnam would be all for this. And they were like, oh, yeah, embrace the heat of napalm. But
oh, my God. I don't know. It can't be, can it?
No, it can't be that. But yes, that's the only other one that I've played of banned ones that I'm aware. I didn't
know that was a thing, and that's horrible.
Yeah. Have you played any banned game? Have you got any on your list that you've played?
I have played quite a few when I look through the lists. So the first one I played was Manhunt, I think.
Okay, this is one I've never played, but I know a lot about. And I know a lot of people had this game. Like, it was quite a popular game, wasn't it? Yeah,
it was all right. So it was made by Rockstar back when they were like making weird games like State of Emergency and Bully, things like that. So Manhunt is one of the famous ones, obviously. Yeah. And over here in England, we also had, like, I think Manhunt 2 was the banned one. Manhunt 1 was like, oh, what the fuck? And
this
then
is
2
a bit much.
Hardcore banned. And I actually really enjoyed this game because I played it when I was a kid, but I played the PSP version. And this is one of the main things where it was like video games creating violence is like just a complete fucking null and void point for me. Is I was playing this game and I was going for like the most brutal kills and shit. But I was like, I'd never think of hurting anyone. I'm the least violent person in the world.
So relaxed.
Nice way. Yeah, I'm so relaxed. I'm so relaxed because I get all my anger out on like fucking putting a plastic bag over someone's head and beating them to shit. So yeah, the game puts you in the body, or soon to be bloodily squishy shoes of Daniel Lamb, and you stab, smash, and plastic bag your way through the game, killing a ton of people. So
is that the actual synopsis, or did you just write that?
I wrote that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's a bit stealthy at parts, but it tends to be more stealthy because you have to kill these people. And then there's not a lot of, let's say, combat finesse.
Okay.
So if you get into a fight, that's kind of like, you're kind of fucked. You can't fight like 5 people at once. So you got to rely on the stealth and just like, the longer you hold the kill button when you've like snuck up on someone, the longer the it takes longer, but the kill's longer as well. So like, it'll go from like choking someone out with a plastic bag over their head to like just brutalizing them while they're choking and stuff. It's like pretty harsh, but it's really like good. It's a decent stealth game.
Right. Okay. So like that's one thing that is worth separating from the violence. Maybe not worth separating is the wrong word to say. It's worth remembering that the gameplay itself is fun. It's not necessarily about the violence. That's like the end bit, you know, like the rest of the game is basically Splinter Cell. To an end. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I've never had the chance to play it. I'd like to play it just because I want to see what it's all about. It's a bit of morbid curiosity, really.
Yeah, go for it. It's not actually that bad, but there are games like Postal or Postal 2. Have you heard of Postal 2?
Yes, that's one of the ones on my list. So let's touch on that, shall we?
Yeah,
so
go on.
This is it's a first-person sandbox game, I believe.
Yep.
From what I gather, you have to run errands around the map.
Pretty much, yeah. You're just a bit unhinged.
Yeah, and you get mad and you kill. And it actually reminded me of that game I was playing recently called Cruelty Squad. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it's a little bit just weird.
Yeah, I'll say Cruelty Squad is more freaky and intentionally ugly with the weird graphics style, or the weird art style, I should say. But this one was banned in New Zealand for, and I quote, gross, abhorrent content, urination, high-impact violence, animal cruelty, homophobia, racial and ethnic stereotypes. And it actually comes with a fine for owning this game of $1,400.
Yep.
That's mad.
Yep.
So you've played this one?
Yes.
Okay. And how does it...
I don't live in New Zealand.
Yeah, luckily, yeah. So how does it like hold up for gameplay-wise?
It's pretty shit, to be honest. It's one of those shock factor games where I'm pretty sure it was made with like a bit of care, but it's a game about you're just an unhinged dude completing mundane tasks and that's it. But you end up just like shotgunning, shoveling, pissing on, and setting people on fire. That's like the game. It's just mental, and it's just like an edgy joke. It's just that game that like edgy teens play because like, it's so cool. I like this. No one actually likes it. You use a cat as a shotgun suppressor at one point. You put the cat on the end of a shotgun via its arse and then use it as a suppressor. And it's it's bad graphics. It has 2 fucking sequels and another coming.
Another one's coming out. Wow, I didn't know that. So this is like the same comedy vein as like Duke Nukem and South Park, it feels like.
Even lower brow than that.
Really?
It is just... shame. It's not funny. It's funny that it's so unfunny. It's funny.
Right. Times. Okay. It's like eye rolling funny.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of it just isn't funny though. It's just like, what the fuck is this? Like it starts off like, haha, crazy. I'm hitting someone with a shovel and then pissing on them. Haha. And then it wears off. You're like, what am I doing?
Did you play through the whole game?
No, I got to like the first day, never finished it because I was like, I don't actually enjoy this.
Really? Like, okay, so it's not even enjoyable.
Well, it's like, do you remember Hatred, that game we played?
Yeah, that was the one where you play as like the goth fella, innit?
Yeah. Then, to be fair, like I kind of like the art style of that game, and the shooting's not bad, but it was a buggy mess. And like after you get through like the first mission, it kind of wears off. Like it's not the worst game ever. It's serviceable. But it's just not fun. The gameplay loop isn't that good. They don't add enough to keep it interesting. It's shock factor first, everything else second.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be that way. Like you shouldn't make something to be inflammatory. It should either be the content is what it is, if you know what I mean.
Like with Hatred, if they just made it so that the guy was more relatable, I get he's like a fucking, I'm sick of the world and I listen to black metal and I want everyone to die.
But that sounds a lot like you, Jordan.
That's a good point. Apart from my hair's not black and I don't own a trench coat.
There's time.
There is time. I can change that. I can be him. No, it's it could be vaguely interesting, like a social commentary of like, this is how he got this way or something, you know?
I thought that was what it was supposed to be, but I'm just guessing it isn't.
No, he just kind of goes, I am sick of all these maggots. I am going to kill everyone. And then you kill everyone.
Never mind.
Yeah,
try harder next time, guys.
Yeah, that was literally like, they just pushed it as like the edgiest shit ever. Like what Dead Space 2 did. Like, your mum will hate this game. And it's like, just why would you do that? Just make a good game. I get it's meant to have a dark subject matter, but play to that. Play to that. Use it to your advantage. Don't just like, it's so edgy. Look at me.
Oh, killing. Yeah, I'd say that though. Dead Space 2 was great. I thought that was still a good game.
Dead Space 2, absolutely loved because there was stuff going on. Hatred has nothing.
Just nothing. Never mind.
Just literally nothing. Yeah. I think, was that banned? Was Hatred banned?
It was one of those ones where I think it was banned for a little bit, I think. I'm not actually entirely sure.
I don't, because I remember it coming out, and then I was like, I'm not paying for this. And definitely didn't steal it. I
should hope not, as we don't condone that.
The game was released on June 1st, 2015. Shortly before the game's release, Twitch announced a ban on all AO-rated games, making it one of the few prohibited games to stream on the platform. So you can't stream it on Twitch.
Wow, I didn't know that.
But I think you can get the game.
There we go. So not banned, but you can't stream it for people.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
No, I didn't either. I didn't actually realize Twitch had been going that long. That's mad that it's been going since 2015.
Yeah, it's a long boy.
It is, isn't it? Shall we move on to another game? That was
the wording I came
it's
up
okay.
with.
We can go with a long boy. I've got one for you. This one. Oh, Jordan. Hold on to your seat. This one is called Valkyrie Drive Bikuni, or Bhikkuni. This game, let me read you the description.
What's it got? Valkyrie?
Don't look it up yet. Don't look it up yet. This is a game about girls who contract a virus that turns them into living weapons upon becoming sexually aroused. And not only that, they only can be handled by women with another virus which allows them to wield them as weapons.
I'm going to put my phone down.
Yes.
I don't want to do that.
You don't want this in your search history.
I'm fine, thank you.
This includes copious amounts of jiggle physics. My favorite physics. That's a joke. And Pakistan, Pakistan saw this and was like, no, we're not releasing this. This is their reason. Too much, and this is in quotes, sexual content and excessive themes of glorifying gay romance. Hey, we want to glorify all the gay romance that we want.
No, that's fine. I'm a big fan of like the gays. I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
I watch gay porn all the time.
I was going to say I'm a big fan of the gays. I watch their videos all the time.
All the time.
No. I completely get the first bit where it's like overly sexualized. But why do they always have to bring the gay shit into it? Just fucking live and let live, dude.
I know, to let him be gay. Yeah. This game is apparently Yuri. Y-U-R-I.
Is that the...
It's a kind of like hentai, right? I don't know.
Because there's lesbian one, which I think is Yuri, and then there's the other one, which is...
Because I was going to ask Mr. Penfold, because he'll know.
One?
There's one where it's like girls with dicks, right?
Oh, that's not the...
Oh, he knows that one.
No, the one... No, because there's Yuri, which is the woman one, I'm pretty sure. Like gay women. And then lesbian is the better word
it's just
for
lesbian,
it. Yeah. What's the guy one called? During my time in high school, like that's when like girl weebs started being a thing.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know? I think that's when like it originated in like my high school years. So like you'd hear these terms and people knew what they meant. I don't know if it's just a bit like
from down the corridor.
Don't people saying "rar" and stuff. It's like what is it called?
Just Google Yuri and see what happens.
No, I think I know that Yuri's the thingy one. Yeah, Yuri genre. That's fine. So that is the woman one. Oh, why did I click the Wikipedia thing? What's the man one? Man version. Yuri man version.
I like how we've just started using your Google search history as
I'm in private browsing. No, I'm not. Shit. I thought I was in private browsing. Yowie.
Is that the man one?
That's the man one. I don't know what the dick girl one would be.
How do I spell that? Let me just make a note of that.
Yeah, so I know not to Google it.
Okay. Next game, Jordan.
Yeah, please. So the next game I have is everyone's favorite anti-hero, if you discount Deadpool and a bunch of other really good superheroes, is The Punisher for the PS2.
Oh, okay. I thought this one might have been in the list. Yeah, so why was this one banned? I'm guessing it was violence, right?
Yeah, the wording I wrote for this. The game ended up getting banned for, you guessed it, which you did, violence. So it was eventually edited for the UK, like they released it over here eventually with like cut down violence. But I thought it looked good. It played great. It was kind of like Max Payne in parts.
Yes.
A bunch of different missions, cool weapons, and the executions were sick. They were so good. Like it's one where you put someone's face in a piranha tank, hold someone up against like the bars at a zoo, and a rhino runs into them.
What? That's so imaginative.
You get like a pillar drill where you like the thing is you had to scare people into giving you information.
Oh, okay.
So it was like you had to keep you get like a bar for the torture and fear. So it'd be like you could get a window pane that lifts up and down. So you put someone in the window frame, smash it down so it cracks and there's glass everywhere. Yeah. And then like you have to be like, and then
are you gonna tell me?
Okay, I'll tell you. And then you just slam it down.
Ah, right. Okay. So
it was really, really good. Like I enjoyed that game.
That's an imaginative mechanic. I'll give them that. I from what I've seen of it, it felt like you said then Max Payne crossed with Manhunt. It was somewhere that was like inspired by those to try and find a bit more content, like a bit more story-driven version.
I'd definitely say that's the first place in a game as well I ever saw a P90, and I was like, "This is cool as shit." I was like, "This gun looks mental."
This is the first time in a game I've ever seen a penis. I thought you were going to say
a P90.
Penis. Yeah, P90 is pretty sick.
Good. It was such a good game. Like, I definitely recommend it. If you get a chance, like play through that game now. Yeah, it's still okay. It's still like worth playing. There's a bit where you sacrifice someone on like an Aztec, like what? Do you know what are they called?
An altar.
Yeah, and then like the blood light comes down and stuff. I was like, it's so good. It's such like a decent action game.
I can hear our lovely listener wondering, like, what? I'm wondering if Jordan's okay. Like, I can hear the earbuds coming out.
There's a bit where there are these people that are high as fuck, and you walk in, it's like, hey man, I think I'm pretty fucked. I think I see that Punisher guy. And you're just like, yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, it's decent. I definitely recommend it.
Okay, all right. I'll look at it. It's funny, like looking back on old games. Like I had a mate of mine over yesterday. He's just moved back into Knutsford from Exeter. Shout out to Will if you're watching or listening.
Hi, Will.
And hey, Will. I don't know if you've met him actually. I'm not sure if you have. No. Yeah, I'm sure you will do at some point. And so what I did was I got all the games that we used to play as kids. Ready for when he came over. I had him over for dinner. We played all the old games. It was really good fun. So we played Goldeneye. And we were playing obviously the rare remaster version that got leaked a while back, which we managed to get a copy of. May have to bleep that. Who knows? We'll see.
That's fine. It's all right. You're dealing with the episode.
Yeah, I've edited this one. Don't worry. And the violence in Goldeneye is so funny. Like you can shoot people in the ass cheek and they like jump up and hold their ass like, oh, like you can, the way they like, when you get shot, it's so like snap motion.
It's just goofy, isn't it?
It is. And I think that was why games back then didn't really feel like the violence was very real because everything was still a little bit jank in the 90s, you know? Even in the 2000s stuff was jank. Look at Halo when you got killed and you like ragdolled and Master Chief was like, wah! And like fucking flew away. You know? It was just all jank.
Well, that's it. It's what you want, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's all good having stuff that's like really violent and realistic, but it's like, it's not as fun usually.
No. It's like look at Dead Space as well. It's very violent. The mechanic of the game is dismemberment, but the way the necromorphs flob around your feet and get caught while you're stamping them, and then they like tangle through your legs as you're walking away. It feels
like in Dark
funny.
Souls.
Like in Dark Souls,
you're walking around and one gets stuck to you, and you do a roll and it'll launch.
Yeah, just like fly over. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's funny. It is funny, and yeah, I can see why some games do get banned, and it's fair enough. But yeah, some of them are just absolutely ridiculous.
Hell yeah.
Have you got another one for us?
I have three more. Three more sections, I guess, kind of. So I have Plague Inc. and Plague Inc. Evolved.
Are they banned now?
In China.
Oh.
So It's basically the premise of the game is you start off with like a virus, you press somewhere on the world map and it drops like the first infection of a virus.
Yeah.
And the goal is to infect people, spend the upgrade points you get on making the disease more deadly, and then you got to wipe out the human race.
Sounds a bit too realistic if you ask me.
Yeah, can you guess why it was banned in China recently?
Oh, no, I'm not sure.
No, it's something to do with some kind of disease, but it's okay. I'm pretty sure that started off as like what was it called? Pandemic on like Miniclip or whatever.
Yeah, and it was a board game as well. It was a board game.
Yeah, and then it just kind of then some company bought it out, and now they release it for like 12 quid or whatever. It's like, fuck you. It was free online ages
Yeah, it was
ago.
free there before. Yeah, it's a good game. And to be honest with you, the board game is very good as well. When I went to uni, obviously, for listeners if this is your first episode, I studied video game development. And when I was there, we had to learn about game mechanics, even in board games as well, because they're very transferable, really, into computer games now. And one of the games we studied was Pandemic. And it's a very fun game to play. Probably less fun to play it now. If I was in uni now playing it, I'd probably feel a bit too... I don't really want to give this airborne, but you know, it's a good game. I recommend playing it. If you're all getting pissed one night, you got some board game nights, definitely have a go of it.
Good stuff. There was another game I have here, which is Football Manager 2005. That's how I feel. That's like what happens to my brain when I hear football. It just shuts off.
Football. I can't even say either.
Yeah, exactly.
Football Manager is that numbing.
It's just a fucking it's spreadsheet simulator. That and football's just I don't like football.
Yeah, me neither. Sorry for the sports lovers. But...
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry,
it was also banned in China. And do you want to know why this one was banned?
Tell me why.
Because it recognized Taiwan and Tibet as independent countries.
Fucking hell! This
it's fucking that was 2005. Fuckers. Well, technically it would have been 2004 because they released that season in 2000 for the next year, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because it was developed the year before.
Yeah, so it came out in 2004 and that, like, just, they were like, no, not having it.
What petty bastard played that?
Losers, innit? Absolute fucking losers. And then, the last bit I've got here is Germany are fucking awful for banning video games.
Really? So is it any war games?
Not quite. They do have that of like no. They do have a sense
like they change it, don't they? Right. Yeah, they take like Nazi mentioning out, which is fair. Exactly. I understand they kind of want to distance themselves from that part of history, and it's understandable.
Yeah, 100%. I appreciate them doing that. Like, there's no reason they shouldn't. Like, it's like while looking over Wikipedia for the banned games, I noticed that Germany had a stupidly long list, and I started counting, got up to 100, and then was like, nah, I'm done.
Over 100 games?
Well over. Maybe like a couple of hundred. But weirdly enough, one of the most iconic games ever is in that list.
Which one?
You mentioned it.
I mentioned it already.
Yep. You and your mate were playing it.
Goldeneye?
Yep.
Why? What did Goldeneye do?
Honestly, I completely forgot to flesh it out. That's where I stopped writing the episode.
Fucking hell, Jordan.
I'll Google it now. You buy us some time, Harrison.
I'll babble for a while. Like I can't even think of any instance in Goldeneye. Like none of the levels take place in Germany. None of the levels in it are about Germany. The Russians are the bad guy in that game. You play levels in Russia. I know there's that horrible thing with the tank when you can run people over. You know, with the weird noise that I said that I liked that I'm not going to put in the episode again because it's already been in a previous episode.
Oh, surprisingly. Oh. Huh.
What?
When I wrote this episode, this news wasn't out.
Oh, right.
GoldenEye 007 has been unbanned in Germany.
Way, there we go.
It had like 30th of October. All this
last
came out.
month.
Yeah.
Wow.
Last month.
How progressive of you, Germany.
How progressive. Look at you.
Let's put our hands together for Germany, guys. Well done.
Yeah, it's off their banned video index. So Germany have like stupid amounts of games that are just banned for like reasons.
Does it say what the reason
like
was?
Violence and stuff. I'm looking now, but obviously all the news articles now just say it's no longer banned instead of fucking why. But it's been on their list for like 25 years.
Wow. That's so weird. And that's a nice little like serendipity to come together, isn't it?
Oh, it's automatic removal. So as noted by Eurogamer, this removal comes ahead of the automatic removal that would have taken place after the game had been on the list for 25 years. Oh, so stuff gets banned, for 25 years, and then they're just like, sure, get out my list.
Oh, right. So it's like the public domain thing. You like when a song has been released for so long, and then after the copyright goes, you're allowed to use it.
And they're thinking now that it's going to arrive on the Nintendo Switch. Because it's been it's been unbanned, they might do that.
Well, yeah, that was the reason that Rare couldn't release that remastered version, wasn't it? Because Nintendo still had the rights to it.
The German BPJM list of media harmful to young persons.
It's pronounced Bup Jimmy.
Bup Jimmy. All these articles say no longer banned.
Never mind. At least it's not banned anyway. At least it's not banned anymore. I have a mention of one actually very similar game, which is Perfect Dark, it wasn't banned, but I wanted to note it because it was the first rated M game to appear on a Nintendo console, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. I thought Shadow Man had come out before that, which I thought was higher rated. Goldeneye I thought would have been the same. Shadow Man was a weird game, and I'm wanting to play the remaster because that's coming out soon, isn't it?
Oh, cool. I had no idea. I've not thought about Shadow Man in like 15, 20 years.
What did you have it on?
15 years. I never had it. I just remember seeing it.
It's a comic as well. Like it's still running as a comic. I think it was
on the GameCube, right?
No, it was on the N64.
I'm pretty sure there was a GameCube version too, wasn't there?
I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. Possibly. Not that I've ever. This episode is just Googling.
Wait, what did I
podcast.
say? Did I say GameCube?
Yeah. But Shadow Man GameCube. But yeah, I think it was one of the first games to have an African-American protagonist also.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry, I meant the Dreamcast. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, so it was on the Dreamcast as well.
Yeah.
That's very strange because that was the next generation, wasn't it?
It's out on the PlayStation 4, apparently. PlayStation 4, Nintendo 64, PlayStation, Dreamcast, Microsoft Windows.
Right, so they must have released the remaster already on the PlayStation, but I was waiting for the Xbox version because I was going to get it for my dad because he used to really like that game.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
Yes.
Shadow Man Remaster's already out on Steam.
Oh, sick.
15th of April 2021. £16. Right.
I'll probably be getting that one then.
16 GBP. Bitch.
The Queen's finest. I have one more game that I'd like to bring up.
Please.
This one is the classic that everyone knows, and it's one that most people are probably going to be expecting on a list like this, which is why I thought
Carmageddon?
It's not. It's Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, shit, yeah. I'm guessing it's the airport.
The No Russian mission, which is the airport mission from the start. This was notorious. We've spoken about it before in another episode, but I couldn't not bring it up because of the impact that it had on the gaming industry, particularly when we were growing up. Again, for any listeners who don't know about this, and I imagine most of you do, but just for the few who maybe we've got some listeners who aren't even into games, because I know some of our listeners don't play games, but they listen anyway, which is kind of nice because they like to hear us talk about games. So this is a level where you're basically undercover as an operative trying to infiltrate it's a Russian militant group, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're acting out a terrorist act in an airport, basically shooting civilians, and you're undercover, so you have to walk through as it's happening.
Oh, we don't, just if you've not played this or seen it before, we're not saying like they just walk through like handguns or something. You suit up with like juggernaut suits and like light machine guns, and there's four of you walking through just spraying people down.
Yeah, like chain
hundreds and hundreds of rounds, yeah.
Yeah, and you don't have to take part. That's the thing. You don't have to shoot the civilians. You can just walk through. But as a like a story thing, it sort of it almost you feel compelled to do it, don't you? Because it's like that's driving the mission, so you don't get found out. But this mission was an optional mission that you didn't have to do. You could completely skip the level, couldn't you?
Yeah, straight up. It gives you the option when you start the game, like there's some rough stuff in here. Do you want to skip it?
Yeah, which is nice that they gave you the option just to skip it altogether. But I think most of us played it just to see it, whether we shot them or not. I actually don't think I did.
I was like, hey, it's a video game. All's fair.
Yeah, no, I think the first time I didn't do it because I was like, I was trying to be the good guy in the story. But then obviously what do you get if you do it? I thought there might be something else.
You always get shot.
Oh, do you? You do
at the end of every time. Every time you end the mission, you get shot.
Right.
So it's like,
okay.
Surely, if you're infiltrating this fucking group and there's like they're gonna walk through a packed airport with like light machine guns, would you not call back up and just be like, "Yo, by the way,
need help down here right now."
I'm going to be joining, and I get that I'm undercover. Do you reckon his boss, like, the day before was like, you do everything they tell you? He's like, what about if they... And he's like, no, you do everything. No. And he was like, well, the chief said.
Chief said it. Chief told me to do it. I ain't getting that bonus at the end of the year if I don't take my orders. Yeah.
He's in court afterwards, just like, you did what? And he's like, you told me. And the judge is like, is that true?
It's Judge Judy. Yeah.
Judge Judy's like, you're free to go. Your boss, however.
Up to the stands. Yeah.
And he's just fucking like the guy who just shot everyone's just like, wait, hands are clean. Yeah. And he's like, bonus. He's high-fiving like the fucking families like who've lost people as he leaves. Like, yeah.
Just like the jump and freeze frame like it's an 80s film at the end.
Yeah. Fuck's sake. This went really dark.
It did, yeah. I'm sorry for this content, guys.
Sorry I'm laughing so much at this.
Yeah. Have you got any other games you'd like to bring up? It's the end of the episode.
I am
all out. Okay, so let's tell the listeners then what they can do. Where can they find us, Jordan?
They can find us at griefburrito everywhere.
They can. And where can they find you?
The camera then.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah, at the Mr. John Core on Twitter and places. You'll see my face.
His face, that beautiful beardy face. Oh, and you can find me at HasWild everywhere. And if you want to get in contact with us on the show, you can join the Discord in the link below. We'd like to have you over there. We'll talk about games. We'll sell you some stickers. They're pretty fancy. And we'll be playing some games as well. We've been playing some Halo Infinite. So hopefully we'll be playing that later on, which I might. Yeah.
Or if you're speaking Russian, Halo Infinite.
Infinite.
Sorry, no Russian. My bad.
No Russian here. No Russian. So please leave us a review, like, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and we will see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.